Hey everybody, it's Charlie from Daily Motor. Today we've got the sound system demo of the 2021 Ford F-150 Limited and its B&O Unleashed audio system. This is going to be an in-depth review. We're going to take a look at how the infotainment system works, take a look at speaker locations, sound settings, audio inputs, get out on the road, listen to these sample tracks while we're rolling, and I'll give you my thoughts at the end. Before we get started, let's hop out, take a quick look at this truck. The top dog F-150, its 3.5 liter EcoBoost engine, featuring all the bells and whistles Ford has to offer. We've had plenty of fun with it this week, sliding around in the snow, checking out all its gimmicks. If you want to see more on the F-150, check the link in the description for our highway fuel economy test. And we're going to be saving our full review until we get the hybrid version later on this year. You always do this test with lossless, uncompressed WAV audio files on a USB stick plugged directly into the system, and high-quality binaural microphones in both of my ears, giving you the most realistic audio system demo on YouTube. We also do the test with the sound settings set to their factory defaults. Let's take a look at those now. This is the Sync 4 infotainment system. Works quite well. Let's go to sound. You've got tone settings, treble, mid-range, and bass. Then you got your standard front, rear, left, right, fader, and balance. Speed compensated volume with 3 different settings there, including off, and a stereo and surround mode. We're going to leave this on stereo for now, and we'll switch it to surround later on in the test. First, let's go through and demo these sound settings. We'll also demo these surround sound modes now. Subtle difference, but surround does surround you with the sound a little bit more. For audio inputs, in the F-150, you have your standard AM, FM, Sirius XM satellite radio, Bluetooth, USB-A and USB-C, and Android Auto and Apple CarPlay support. So does that mean you're missing? Well, you don't have a disc player, and you also don't have a 3.5mm auxiliary input. Not the end of the world here in 2020. For sound controls, you've got this nice big volume knob, easy to turn. It's large enough to use with gloves or just with your fingers. Works nicely. You also have big volume buttons up and down on the left side of the steering wheel. For track selection, you've got a tuning knob. If you're in the main music display, you can also use the touch screen. You've got these buttons right here and back and forth on the right side of the steering wheel. Speaker locations. This is an 18-speaker system with 1080 maximum watts. Let's go through and look at those now. Starting from the bottom left, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. In the headrests, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 in the rear doors, and 17, 18 subwoofers behind the rear seats. All makes for quite a good listening experience. All right, let's start it up and get on the road. lot of the power and crispness coming through in this B&O audio system. I'm really impressed with how well they were able to balance everything and create a fairly good soundstage for a truck here in this F-150's cabin. Very impressive. For this next one, we'll turn the bass all the way up, which is incredibly easy to do with this touchscreen. Test out the bass. With the bass in here. It's tough for manufacturers to sneak good subwoofers into truck cabs like this, but Ford has done a good job balancing the rear subwoofers behind the seats as well as doing just enough bass through these floor speakers. It's certainly not the big chest thumping abilities of some of the luxury SUVs that we test, but for this sort of vehicle, I'm very impressed. Change the sound mode to surround, turn our bass back down. Wrapping up my thoughts on the 18-speaker B&O Unleashed audio system here in the F-150 Limited, I'm really impressed. This sound system shows me that Ford is finally taking audio systems seriously. They've had a lot of big numbers thrown around with the Fords and the Lincolns lately, but nothing really impressive coming through. But this changes things, and I'm really impressed with that. Objectively speaking, against all vehicles of all price classes, I'd be giving this about an 8.5. Sound is really well balanced, and you can adjust the equalizer to fit it just to your preferences. The screen works really nicely. It's fairly straightforward, responsive, and it's got all the inputs you need here in 2021. Subjectively speaking, for the full-size truck class, I'm giving this a 9.5 for now. This is the best that I've heard. I know the Harman Kardon system in the Ram is very good as well, but I would put that just a slight notch lower than this one. So, thank you all so much for watching. If you want to see more on the F-150, check the link in our description, and we'll see you on the next one. I'm Charlie from Daily Motor, and as always, drive on.